Today, we're going to be tackling a problem that's been a headache for web designers like myself for the best part of 20 years. And that is, what are we going to do with support? As designers, we love to throw ourselves into a new project, solving problems and building a solution that looks great. In fact, there's no better pleasure I get from building websites than when you see the evolution through the project and then that final result. But the reality is, websites never finish. All we're doing is we're moving on to the next milestone, which could be the first release of a brand new website for a new business, or it could be the latest iteration in an evolution of websites. And as we've moved forward over the years, that's become less and less iterative and more evolutionary as the website gets updated and maintained as part of retainer contracts or enhanced support or even new mini projects throughout. We're far less likely to see that 3 or 4 year life cycle of a website where nothing much happens to it in that time and then it has a full redesign. So how do we handle day-to-day support issues alongside the client's needs to keep that website maintained, up to date and ahead of their competitors? For full disclosure, I really don't like support, and there isn't really a member in our team who would say that they thrive off running day-to-day support. It's one of those necessary evils that we've got to do with our project. That's not saying our clients are evil. Our clients are amazing. They love us. They pay us to do what we like to do. But at the same time, we need to be conscious about giving them really good value at the same time as making money out of the support. For many years, support's often been a loss leader for me to take on new projects, but it's not really efficient and it's not a great way to grow our business. In 2024, the landscape's changed completely, and a lot of these practices I've been using for best part of 20 years, so it's well due an upgrade. And we can now leverage the power of communities. In today's example, I'm going to be using Skool to show how we can support many clients at the same time without having to reinvent the wheel, without having to redo our support over and over again. So think of this as a knowledge base plus. So instead of having a go-to resource that we can use for staff or point our clients towards, we can instead actually get it straight from the horse's mouth. We can align our client with the support that best suits them. One of the key benefits here is this opens up the marketplace for us. So it's not just our clients, but also those looking to build their own websites and need more hands-on support but can't afford to pay a professional to design their full website for them. This is that perfect happy medium that doesn't become a one-size-fits-all, that isn't great for anybody, and that's why I think community support is here to stay. I've taken the liberty of putting everything out on my trusty chalkboard, and I'm going to give you a comparison between the traditional support approach that I've used for 2 decades against the new community approach that I certainly didn't invent, but I've adapted it to best fit our needs, and I think if you're a web designer, you'll find these useful as well. If you're in need of support, I'll leave some information about our community in the description. And if you're using website builders like Squarespace, Wix or Hostinger, then we should be able to help you. Let's go take a look. To kick things off, I'm going to show you the latest iteration of our traditional support plan. So this hasn't changed a huge amount since the very early days when we were building our very first websites. We start off with an annual support plan that is around £90 a year, $120, give or take, and it allows us to provide roughly 1 hour of support per year. So as you imagine, this is for clients who need simple brochureware websites. They don't want to change much each year, and they want to be able to contact us and speak to us individually as and when they need the support. We also have proactive support, which is, say, a couple of £100 per month. So there's a big gap between the two. More recently, we've offered a £75 a month support plan that kind of catches that in between, which allows for an hour of support every single month. And it's proactive, whilst with the traditional annual support, it's reactive, it's use it or lose it. With our monthly one, we make it proactive, so every 3 months, if we don't hear from the client, we'll just touch base with them, see how they're getting on. So not only is that good for client relations, keeping tabs with the client, make sure they're happy, but also it gives them ideas of how they can spend more money with us to get new projects and upgrade to their website, maybe some new blog posts, etc. We're always looking at ways of making our support more proactive, and these are relatively new features. But I felt there was something missing. This is very limited because the relationship is always one-to-one. And okay, our clients can have multiple team members, but essentially the relationship is between our team and their team. And as a result, this isn't very scalable. So as we're looking to grow our business, the only way we can offer more support, which is often a loss leader for getting more projects from clients, would be to recruit more staff. The problem we have in our rural area in the middle of Wales is that recruitment's a real challenge. It's really hard to find someone on their upward trajectory on their career who are looking for jobs based on the fees that we can pay and to entice them into a rural area. What we find is many of the students that we work with who come on placements want to go and work in the middle of a city for a larger agency. It makes complete sense. So therefore, we need a more efficient way of providing support. Enter community support, which is akin to the difference between Web 1.0 and 2.0. 1.0 was your blogs, your websites that were showing content to many people, but that was going in a single direction. The publisher of the website, we used to call them webmasters back in the day, would post all of the information and then you'd have the audience consuming that content. Web 2.0 came along with the likes of Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and these social media platforms provided a many-to-many solution. Okay, I can still post my blog post on my website, but there may be a comment section below where my community can be invited to get involved in the conversation. And community support via the likes of Skool, with a K, is an evolution of that further. It uses all of the many-to-many relationships and the benefits you have from that, but it takes away all the distractions that you don't want when you're just after a bit of support. I found this when you go onto social media channels and you end up going down rabbit holes, watching content that doesn't really benefit from you, but it's just happened to crop up during work hours, and you've probably been in that situation before. With a platform like Skool, those in the communities are looking to learn on the topic that the community is set on. And the great thing with this is we can niche down as far as we want. And so we've created two communities, a free community that's dedicated to everything website builders, and then a premium, smaller private community that allows us to jump into a video session every week and be able to ask our audience what troubles they're having. Has there been an update on Squarespace? We can then talk with them in a community environment via a Google Meet call, meaning that you can get that personalized support, but you're not paying one-to-one rates. So let's just take it back a little bit and break down the two examples. Let's go through the annual support first. We have our client, the website's gone live, say 6 months ago, and they are calling us, asking us for help. It could be something as simple as, I can't remember how to log into the admin area. And that's probably the most popular. They will contact us from 1, 2, or 3 different options here. Telephone, email support. Maybe we've got a live chat on our website as well. We've toyed around with that, but our clients haven't really taken to that. And we've got a support system that automates this. So you could actually move the support system further along and they would email, fill in a contact form or phone us, and then it would be filtered into a support system. But I put it in there because we are trying to get clients to go straight to our support system ticket builder, log their concern, issue, complaint, and then that goes into the support system. Then they will have one-to-one help from a member of our support team, usually Will Hammond, our technical lead. That's great, but it makes our roles more limiting because we are tied to providing that support. And because, again, of our rural area, we can't really command the highest price for that option. We're looking at about £90 a year for 1 to 1.5 hours of support per year. Yes, of course, we can ramp it up, and we've been trialing other options like £75 per month. And for that £75 a month, they get an hour of support per month, and then it's more proactive. Whilst with the annual support, it's use it or lose it. There's no rollover, no way to use it, and we will not contact them outside of once a year. We will just touch base with them. With the monthly support plan, because they're getting more support time, we need to be more proactive. So every 3 months, we will contact them if we haven't heard from the client and just see how things are going, and we will give them ideas for how they can use their support contract with us. That means that they stay on the support contract longer, and we get happy client, happy us. But that doesn't really allow us much scalability because we're still tied by those same constraints. How many team members have we got? How long does it take to train team members? What's our archive of support content and material like? Although that's a universal challenge that we're working on at the moment. Enter community support. The beauty of this is it's really, really simple. We have a dedicated private area or public area, depending on which option and the budget of our clients, for them to choose. So for example, I'm going to use our premium community, which will be going up to $99 per month. It's actually at $59 at the moment. So jump in now while the price is still low. And the benefit of this is it's a proactive solution. We can send an update. For example, if a Squarespace hosting plan has gone up to our Skool community, and we can set up to 2 messages per week to go out to our members. So we're not bombarding them with too much information, but at the same time, we can keep them abreast of what's happening in our local niche. So this just makes it so much easier for our clients to stay on top of what's happening in our industry without us needing to charge to phone them and provide them a personalized service. For those who want to pay extra for one-to-one support and personalized service, absolutely fine. For the rest, and this allows us to open ourselves up to a global audience very easily and run our support through this system where we don't have to arrange one-to-one calls. Our weekly meetings are recorded and we put them on that private community so our audience can access it. This allows us to provide our library of online courses, including our transformation program for those who are looking to go into a full-time web design career. We've got the option to open up discussions. So then other members of the community who are specialists in web design can jump in and help other clients as well. We are not looking for a monopoly of extra support or one-to-one services that all come to us. We're a small team, so there's only so much we can do. So we are inviting other professionals to get involved in the community. As long as they help first, they can, of course, then advertise their services. And we're actually going to have a dedicated space for other web designers to provide their service offering in that area. We're also, as I mentioned, going to do the video meetups. So the three main differences between each of them is this is a 5-day turnaround on our standard support. It's done for you. We deliver it, which will appeal to some clients. And there's very limited support. So you only get the time that you pay for. Whilst with the community support, it's instant. You can log in and check it out at any time, whether it's course content or jump into a discussion. It's done with you. So we're helping our community at each step of the way. And it's unlimited. You can jump in as many times as you want. You can stay as part of the community for as long as you want. All this happens to be is one monthly fee, and it will work out that you'll get an awful lot more for this than what we could ever offer for traditional services. But it's horses for courses, and we do allow the option for one-to-one even in our community. So this will be priced at a premium, but it does allow community members to get extra help, dedicated support, if they feel they need 3 or 4 hours from a professional to get their website over the line. Hope that makes sense. I'm really eager to hear what you've got to say about this. Have you tried something similar? Are you contemplating a community-style support plan for your audience? Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Cheers.